Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, let's do a walk around and tour of the 2023 Hyundai Elantra. The Hyundai Elantra is a compact sedan that's offered by Hyundai, and it's not only unique because it offers great fuel efficiency and styling, but also this one here being the SEL trim level that we'll be taking a look at today, it does offer a couple of nice features. In this case, you do get an 8-inch infotainment system, you do get remote start with the vehicle, and of course, it's basic, affordable transportation to get you from point A to point B. With that being said, a huge thank you to Brandon Thomas Mitsubishi, which is a part of the Thomas Auto Group here in McKinney, Texas, for giving me some time with this one today. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get started. As you can see, this comes with Hyundai's typical key fob, and it does look pretty nice. It includes the following, such as your lock, unlock, your remote start, your trunk release, as well as your panic button. To remote start this vehicle is make sure the vehicle is locked, and push down and hold the remote start button, and the engine will start right up. And when you're finished, just go ahead and hold the button again, and the engine will shut right off. Starting off here in the front of the vehicle, as you can see, you do have a very nice and unique looking grille. And it's a little polarizing at first, but you'll get used to it because, as you can see, this is something that Hyundais are known for doing. They're known for making vehicles with such great and somehow provocative styling that it does kind of give it an aggressive look, and that's what you're getting here with the Elantra. And to me personally, it does look really nice in person. It's blacked out completely. It's kind of geometric shaped as well, and it does look really cool. You do have your Hyundai badge right there front and center. You do have your LED daytime running lights with your xenon projector headlamps. Checking out the wheels and tires on this one, we are taking a look at a set of Continental Pro Contact tires on 16-inch wheels. These measure 205, 55R16s all the way around. Come over to the door. This vehicle does have a smart key access system, allowing for easy access to the exterior as well as the interior. By having the key fob in your pocket or in the vehicle or on your person, just come to the door handle. There's a button right here. Just tap it once here to unlock the vehicle, and you'll be able to jump on inside. And then when you're finished, tap the button again, and one beep will indicate locking of the vehicle. The exterior color of this one is finished off in Serenity White Pearl, with a gray premium cloth interior. Coming over to the door panels, you can see you're going to have some hard touch molded plastic on top of here, as well as down here at the bottom. You do have some accenting here, which is also in hard touch plastic. You have a little speaker system right here in the door jamb. You have an aluminum door handle here. Your your mirror controls here, your power locks, your power windows, and your child window lock here, followed by a very small storage pocket, as you can see there. Along with that smart key access system, this vehicle does indeed come with push button ignition. By having the key fob in your pocket or within the vehicle itself, just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to go. Very nice. The Hyundai Elantra does come standard with a rubberized polyurethane style steering wheel with controls on the left as well as on the right sides. Left is going to house controls here specifically for your hands-free voice, as well as your telephone, your mode button here, as well as this button here to control your volume. To the right, you're going to have your pages, your mode button here once again, your OK button here specifically for the instrument cluster right there, your lane departure warning button, and you do have for your seat track button right here. Coming up here, this being the SEL, you are getting a basic looking gauge cluster. You have your tachometer on the left, your speedometer in the middle, and to the right, some of your info system, as you can see there. And as you can see, again, it's a basic setup. Now, inside of that speedometer, you also have your fuel range as well. Come over to the right side of your screen. As you can see, we're taking a look at the driver information center, which includes your gear selector, miles to empty as far as how many miles till the vehicle runs out of fuel, average fuel economy, the exterior temperature, as well as this vehicle's current odometer reading. Now I can cycle through a couple different things here on the screen, as you can see, by pushing a button here on the steering wheel. And it's going to show not just your average fuel economy, but this is going to be for your lane departure warning system. You also do have your driver attention warning, as well as your tire pressure monitoring system. And then your settings, which includes things such as your driver assistance, lights, door, sound, convenience, service interval, theme selection, other, as well as to do a factory reset. And then once you go from your fuel economy, you can also check out your accumulated information, driver information, current speed, and then your different drive modes. Coming over here, like I mentioned, you do have an 8-inch infotainment screen. If you do go for the convenience package, which you can on the SEL, it will give you a 10.25-inch display, but that's not what we're dealing with here. We do have the basic setup, and as you can see, it is nice, and overall it's pretty easy to use once you kind of get the hang of it. You have physical controls on the left as well as on the right sides. You have a physical volume knob here as well as a tuning knob. Over here you have radio, followed by media and your favorites. Over here your seat track as well as your setup button. Starting things off here on the screen, as you can see, you can connect and play your last media source here, and that's of course when you do the Bluetooth system. But coming down to your all menus button here, as you can see, you have things such as phone, Blue Link, Android Auto, as well as Apple CarPlay, user's manual, notifications, voice memo, as well as radio, followed up with media, setup, as well as valet mode. Let's say we want to go to our phone. It's going to allow you to connect the phone to the vehicle. As you can see, you have Blue Link here, which is specifically going to be for your mobile device that you have to download. And then, of course, once you have that downloaded and Bluetooth setup, you can access either Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. User's manual will be your owner's manual that's integrated into the vehicle. Any notifications, which is what this is. This is going to be any warnings or anything that you need to know about. Voice memo is going to allow you to record certain things. Your radio is right here. Come over to this side, you have your media, which is only when you have your Bluetooth setup. You can play Bluetooth audio from this area here. You have your setup here as well as your valet mode, which means certain functions of the vehicle will be locked, and you'll have to disable that once you put in a pin to get yourself out of it. Now, coming to your setup here, you have things such as sound, device connections, display, button, general, Blue Link, Wi-Fi, as well as your vehicle. With that being said, starting off here with your general settings, as you can see, you have your software info and update, system information, date and time, language, as well as a keyboard. Going back to your setup here, you have sound settings, which of course you can adjust the positioning, and you can move this around to any quadrant, as you can see there. You have sound tuning, guidance, system volumes, as well as radio noise. So going to sound tuning, you can adjust the treble, mid-range, and bass. Your guidance, which includes your driving safety priority, which lowers all other audio volumes when a driving safety system sounds a warning. Parking safety priority is when it lowers all other audio volumes when a parking assist view is active. Going to system volumes, it includes things such as phone projection, system sound, speed-dependent volume control, startup volume limit, which, as you can see here, when starting the vehicle, lowers the radio and media volumes if they are higher than factory set max. Startup levels, if the vehicle is turned off and on within a certain period of time, the last volume set is used. And then radio noise includes different types of sound, or in this case, reduction, if that makes any sense. Original sound, minimal noise reduction, as well as maximum noise reduction. Pretty cool technology to see inside of the Elantra here. Come back to your setup, go to your vehicle settings here. That's going to include your climate controls for things such as recirculating air as well as automatic ventilation. And as we come over, that is pretty much the entire setup process here in the Hyundai Elantra. So we are going to turn on the radio for copyright purposes, and we'll check that out right now. That's of course going to show you your radio setup. You have your presets on the left. This is just going to show what's playing on the radio, and it is currently saved, as you can see there. You have band, HD radio, your menu, and a back button there. And of course, you have AM radio as well as Sirius XM radio in the vehicle as well. So overall, it's pretty nice to see, and it's easy to use. Now, with that being said, before we end the tour of the infotainment system, this one here does come standard with a 8-speed automatic transmission, and it does give you a decent backup camera with guidance lines, and they do adjust as you turn the wheel, and the camera quality is also pretty good. And so with that being said, that's going to wrap it up here for the infotainment system tour in the 2023 Hyundai Elantra SEL. Coming below that, you do have your air vents here, and which also includes your hazard button. Come below that, you have your climate control settings here, and thankfully this one is a dual setup because some vehicles within the segment don't offer that unless you go to a higher trim level. This one, I believe, comes standard on even the base model SE, so it's very nice to see that in this vehicle. You're going to have your fan speed here, fan positioning. You can turn the AC on or off, and then this right here is to turn off the AC but keep the fan running. Your front and rear defrost here, recycling, as you can see there. Below that, you have a little area where you can charge your device. Not a wireless charging pad by any means, but you just put your phone here. You have a little 180 watt outlet here. And then you have a USB right there, as you can see. One is, I believe, a USB-C, and the other is a traditional USB. You do have your drive mode selector here, as well as your camera. Going to your drive mode selector here on the screen, you have normal, sport, and smart, as you can see. You do have two small cup holders here. You do have your standard shift boot, as you can see there. Glove compartment, decent amount of storage space inside. The seats in this vehicle are pretty comfortable for what they are and for what they're made for. I do like the accenting coming down the middle here, as it does add a nice touch. And overall, it's a pretty comfortable seat for you to get from basically point A to point B. Come over here to your glove box. You have a good amount of storage space inside there. Hard touch plastic material on top of here as expected. You do have your mirror up here. You do have controls for your Blue Link here, as well as your SOS for your roadside assistance, as well as your overhead light controls. You do also have your visor here with a mirror inside of it. And you do have a light you can control if you want it off or if you want it on like that. And then coming down here, you do have your gauge number switches, lane departure warning, as well as turning your traction control off. But overall, for a basic car, it does get the job done, and at the end of the day, that is the most important thing. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and continue the tour of the 2023 Hyundai Elantra SEL. Coming into the back, materials do follow through in this one, as you can see, and it is pretty basic, as you can tell. Now, you do have nothing really back here. You have no seat pockets, you have no rear vents, and for some reason you don't have any cup holders. But as you can see, this is about as basic as it will get in here. I believe if you upgrade to the convenience package, at least you'll be getting some of those items that I mentioned that are missing. So at least you'll be getting a seat pocket and probably some cup holders in the back of the vehicle. But this one does not offer it to you, as you can see. Fuel tank is right here. Coming to the back, this one here does have the standard incandescent taillights, as you would expect. This entire strip doesn't really work, it's just for show, but you do have your lights here and they do work really well. Elantra spelled out here, as well as your Hyundai badge here. Now when you open this up, you do get a good amount of cargo room, which is why, people will probably consider this over something like a Hyundai Accent if they still even sell that anymore. But as you can see, you have plenty of cargo room. As you can see, you're looking at just around 14.2 cubic feet of cargo space, which is quite good for a compact sedan of this size, and it's right up there with some of its competitors. Now you do have a cargo net here, you do have your carpeted trunk mat here, and I believe you do have a spare tire underneath here. under the hood of the Hyundai Elantra, we're taking a look at a 2-liter SmartStream dual overhead cam 16-valve 4-cylinder engine. It produces 147 horsepower and 132 pound-feet of torque. Overall, that's a pretty good number for a vehicle of this size, and the best part about this is that you're getting excellent fuel economy. On average, you're looking at about 30 miles per gallon city and 40 miles per gallon on the highway, and about 34 miles per gallon combined on regular unleaded fuel. In conclusion, the Hyundai Elantra is a basic, reliable piece of transportation. That's all really what this car is. Yes, it doesn't offer all the features that you would want. Yes, it doesn't have a lot of things that you would technically need. Like, for example, the back seats, they don't have cup holders. They don't really have any seat pockets or really any amenities at all. But it's basic. It's going to get you from point A to point B. And it has a great warranty, which is why it's pretty reliable. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here for the walk around and tour of the 2023 Hyundai Elantra SEL, finished off here in Serenity White Pearl with the gray premium cloth interior. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.